Hey guys, what's going on? It's James Select 44 back with another F1 video. Today we're doing the last of first challenge in the Mercedes at Italy. We have it on Ultimate AO, 104 I believe. So yeah, just going to jump straight into it. Hopefully we can have a decent race. So I'm sitting on the grid now for the last of first challenge. We've got 4 red lights, 5 red lights. And off and away we go for the Italian GP. A little bit of a bad start, bit of wheel spin. But we're starting on the back. Obviously this is a very difficult first corner, so we might take a little bit cautiously. So heading down onto the brakes, into the chicane, into turn 1. Made up a few positions, we're on the inside, so we've got to be careful, trying to give the guys space. And we make up a few positions, we're into P17 just alongside the tyre of Hartley. Obviously we're on the super soft tyres, so we're on the inside. We're going to be able to outside for the next turn in. Obviously we've got Alonso in front of us, so we have to come out of the brakes a little bit early. We get held up slightly, but nothing too bad. We're going to get a nice exit now and have a go at Hartley, and that makes us up into P16 just behind Fernando Alonso and the McLaren. So a decent start there. We're just running behind Alonso. Obviously we want to try and take this set of super softs as far as we can. I want to try and get to lap 13 to put on the softs, so be on the slightly quicker tyre at the end. Hopefully I'm aiming for a podium, so hopefully we can get there. So coming into this tricky left-right hander, as you can see there is a group of cars up ahead, so a lot of cars for us to overtake. We get a little bit of a bad exit out of there, so we are a little bit more behind than we should be. We're heading into the braking zone now. We have a little look at Alonso. We're nearly going to the back of him actually, so that was decent there from us, just not to break a bit of front wing off, but we got a decent exit using overtake, and we're going to have a little go at him now. It's a drag race down to turn 1. Should be pretty simple if you ask me, and we should get that place. We've got to look out for Stroll though in the braking zone. We move out of that because we don't want to tag them, tag Alonso slightly, but nothing to worry about as we get that place up and up into P15. Now Stroll and Gasly fighting it out here. So me and Alonso have a bit of an issue when we get past Stroll on the inside.
Race officials
a bit dodgy there, could have ended the race right there and then, but that's P14 we're up to. And again another group of cars up ahead. Sebastian Vettel sits the fastest left of the race, and a few cars into the pits. We get a nice exit, and now we're looking at Gasly and Magnussen. We're going to the outside. We'll have the outside for turn 1. If we get pushed onto the grass ever so slightly, and we try and outbrake them. We get a little bit of a tag from their inside, and we get that position just about. So we should get to see a replay of that. As you can see, we're 3 abreast going into turn 1, and I tried to give him as much room as I could on the exit, and as you can see the tyre also just got squeezed out and onto the gravel. He goes. But we're having a look at Roman Grosjean now in the other half, going a bit slowly through here. Obviously you can see that he's harvesting a bit of his battery, again almost into the back of him, almost pushing him along. As we're opening DRS now, we should get this one nice and easily, which will put us into P9. A little bit of a tag on the front wheels, and then heading into the braking zone. We should get this done as we do, nice and easy from us. And now up into P9, so end of lap 3 up into P9. As you can see there's a scrubble of cars here, and we're going to have a look. We're just being a bit cautious, we don't want to chip our front wing. Ricardo gets compromised on the exit there, so we're going to use DRS now. We're going to try and get past him using high rich mode. Again trying to just letting him know that we're there, so we want a bit of space. Again being pushed onto the grass, and again we make up that position, nearly running into the back of Verstappen, but we get that under control. Again thanks Jeff. But on overtake mode now, we're going to have a look at Verstappen. We're in the slipstream. We pull out into the inside for the next corner, the next right hander, and easily outbrake him, as looks like Hulkenberg there gets a bit held up. And we're going to try and have a go at the cars in front now, staying in high rich mode. We're going to use the DRS when it comes on, and we're in the slipstream. I believe we're going to pull over to the right hand side, and we're going to try and outbrake these guys without hitting Sergio Perez. We go up the inside, it's going to be very tight. We try and give them as much room as possible, and that's another move done. We're up into P5. That was a great move. I really enjoyed that move. Again we can have a look, almost 5 cars if you look at it into turn 1. We get the done without hitting the full cylinder in front. We give them as much room as possible, and then we actually got a nice slingshot out of the chicane, and now we're on the back of Perez for 4th place I believe. And this was a pretty simple move, pretty easy. I think he might have been in a lower ERS mode, and that was us into P4. Now the game from here now is probably just to try and look after the tyres till lap 13. As you can see, we've got a Bottas ahead. We want to be chipping away at Bottas, but as we've got the Force India looking at us again, we want to chip away at Bottas, but we want to get the tyres as far as we can, and we actually defend from Perez there quite simply, and that's us managing to keep the P4 position.
Valtteri is in for his stop.
As you can see, we had the Ferrari come in for their first stop, so that promotes us to P3, and we're closing in on Bottas. I believe the other Ferrari did come in, and now Bottas is coming in on lap 11. We're going to try and get to lap 13, the end of lap 13, and then put on the soft tyres, and hopefully we'll have the faster tyres to get onto the podium. And now we're coming into our stop, stopping at the marker board and getting down to the speed limit, lock up both wheels. Hopefully we can have a nice smooth stop. Our mechanic's waiting for us, changing the tyres. As you can see, the soft tyres go on.
See these tyres through to the end now.
A bit slow to release the clutch there, we lost a little bit of time. But now it's going to be interesting to see how far we come out behind Valtteri Bottas. And Bottas goes past now, and it's not too much of a big gap. I think it's like 4.85 seconds, around about there. But obviously we're going to try and close it as quick as we can, because the tyres will go off quicker than the mediums. But actually I decided to hang back a bit on the first few laps, and now we're going to start pushing to try and close the gap. I want these tyres to last to the end. As you can see, lap 20 we're closing the gap, and actually we have a Ferrari of Raikkonen coming in for doing a 2-stop, which is interesting. So that promotes us to P3, so now we are fighting for Bottas for P2. Lap 22 we're actually caught up to him now. We're using the DRS, we're using overtake mode, we've got a slipstream. We pull out to the left hand side, we'll have the inside line, the next turning, and we get that job done. We run a little bit cautiously through here. Now he's going to have a slipstream on. Thanks Jeff, he's got slipstream now, and it will come straight back at us. We're in overtake mode, trying to defend. We go back down to non-ERS just to save it a little bit. We're going to be a bit cautious with the ERS, we are running slightly low, and we managed to hang on, but it looks like he might have a decent exit and a run at us down into turn 1. We're going over to the left hand side, he's coming at us, he's looking in and out of our slipstream. He's on our inside now. It's going to be a drag race between the Mercedes, who can outbrake each other. We got a little bit further on the brakes than he did, run slightly well. We're going to be a little bit cautious because we're going to be compromising the exit. And now he's got the slingshot, and now it's a drag race with the 2 Mercedes drivers down into turn, I believe, which is turn 3 and 4. We're going to try and have a go back up with him. We're going to be on the outside. We outbrake him nicely, give him room on the inside. We give him room, and that's nicely done, and we defend that division pretty well. But on this straight now, because we are saving the RS and trying to step field at the same time, he's having another go at us on the outside, but we defend that, go a bit wider than we should have, which will compromise us again down the main straight now. Is he going to have another run at us? We'll see. Obviously I'm in high risk mode, but he's in the slipstream and I ain't got DRS, and he's going to have a go now. He's on our outside. He's using a bit more ERS than we are, and we're going to have to we're back at that slightly, but then come back at him underneath the brakes, just so we know that we can get the car slowed down, and we managed to get that position back. So that's us still carrying on to defend. But lap 26, and he's having another go at us. Battle between the Mercedes is very tough at the minute. Again, he seems like to be quick in a straight line, but we managed to come back under braking, and that's us defending once again.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And as you can see, we're coming through the final corners right behind us. Sebastian Vettel with the win, but we're going to come home in P2 from last on the grid, and that's an unbelievable race. If we do a little bit of celebration of Weavering, and well done guys, that's the Mercedes 2 and 3. So that was a great race guys, I hope you enjoyed that. To see plenty more of this, please leave a like and subscribe and comment what you want to see on my channel also. So I'll see you in a bit, have a nice day and peace.